Port Adelaide had themselves a very difficult year in 2025, but with 2026 and everyone a little bit more refreshed, including one big storyline from one of the midfielders you'll see here today, we're going to have a look at best 23 for the Port Adelaide Power in 2026, starting, of course, with the backline. Now, their backline last year lacked a lot of reliable players,
to say the least.
And they had to rely on a lot of people who weren't as, expected to be relied on. But some interesting names off the bat that we've got here that'll surprise a few people. We have ourselves, I believe, Logan Evans, is it?
Logan Evans. That is correct.
Todd Marshall.
Correct.
Lockie Jones.
Correct.
Josh Sin.
Correct.
Alir, and Cade Farrell.
Correct.
So, Todd Marshall is the first one that will pop out to people, I believe, obviously, as he's been playing forward most of his career.
Yes.
Is this purely to try and provide a new option for him? Is this something that Port Adelaide has been trying to work
Josh
on?
Carr.
True.
Masterworks.
Josh Carr thing.
He's been training as a defender. So, Jeremy Finlayson gone. Charlie Dixon over the last couple of years gone. They don't really trust Brandon Thatcher, which is completely understandable. I was going to say, because Zak Thatcher is the one that I was thinking of. Even Radagalia, but Zak Thatcher non-reliance. Yeah. I understand it. I really do. So they just need some help. He's always sort of looked more as like a tweener, sort of playing in between a forward as a defender as a forward.
Yeah.
So the move down back hopefully restarts his career, considering also Mitch Georgiades broke out last year and has been phenomenal for them.
Yeah.
Lockie Jones, I think, is supremely underrated, really doesn't get talked about, and was actually phenomenal in the first half of last year. Got a hamstring injury, really sort of stagnated his progression. Kane Farrell and Josh Sin providing some ball movement off halfback, and I thought Logan Evans a couple of years ago in that 2024 finals series was very impressive, and had some really good moments. No Dan Houston meant it was a bit of a step back last year. Let's hope it's 2 steps forward this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, last year, obviously, the big thing that kind of stopped them was the injuries, but the new game plan and game style under Josh Carr, even though I don't know how new it'll be, considering that Josh Carr basically was in the driver's seat, but it was a backseat driver, basically.
Pretty much.
He was working with the team while, why am I forgetting... Kenny Hinkley, Kenny Hinkley was technically holding the reins down. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any major changes to the way they like to play out. But considering this team, despite all the other teams below them, had pretty awful skills, like pretty awful disposal efficiency. I think even some statistics say they were the worst. Yeah, they were really, really rough. So hopefully with a bit of health on their side, and maybe a bit of a change around and change of the magnets with this Todd Marshall change, they'll be able to find something. Yep. Because I think it's a little uninspired and it's a little worrying because while they have roles, it's not screaming out to me other than Alir. Alir is the only one. And maybe it comes back to the Lockie Jones underrated stuff. You did mention he was underrated, and, you know, Lockie Jones, we know how tough he can be, but health has been kind of a tough thing for him to start his career, so hopefully he stays healthy again. So. Let's go to the midfield because there's some names here I'm really excited to see. Jace Burgoyne off the wing is exciting because we've seen early on last year some of his best games and some of his most exciting work, but he's still very raw, very inconsistent. And Joe Berry, much the same, but he's turning heads at the moment in pre-season camp. And a lot of Port Adelaide faithful are really excited to see what he could pull out next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those two on the wing could provide some really good running because they're both fantastic athletes. Through the middle, obviously, you got Jordan Sweet as their number one ruckman. I think it's very clear he is their best ruckman. I think he had the second highest Supercoach score last year as well, for those who care about that. Zak Butters, Connor Rozee, Miles Bergman. Very easy to figure those three, I think, at least.
Yeah. I think considering Miles is now in it for the long term with Port Adelaide as well, you want to reward the bloke. You'd hope that...
Only 2 years.
Yeah, but he's re-signed, which is better than another player who didn't sign with them at all, that they would have loved to have on their team, wouldn't they? You love him, don't you? But
I'm a hush now.
I had mentioned at the beginning, Zak Butters. This is a big year for him. This is a very big year because some people think he's already gone.
I do.
Yeah, you most certainly do, because you hope he's going to your team.
Oh, no. I know he's already gone to a certain other team.
Oh, okay. You've got inside scoops.
I have mail.
But this is zero access footy. You can't
I have mail from away.
Don't bring him up on this channel. He's not allowed. Either way. Zak Butters, it's going to be a big year for him anyways. A lot of people
yeah.
actually seeing him potentially winning a Brownlow. I know you're super high on him. You really believe that he's gonna break out into an
I
even
shall
bigger...
refrain from spoiling.
If I speak, I am in big trouble.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Connor Rozee, though, obviously his most preferred role, if possible, will be in the midfield. But he played a lot of half-back last year.
I think it sort of
see if that happens.
Yeah, I think it sort of helps with his decision-making as well. Just sort of being able to see the game in front of him might allow him to be better when the game is around him.
Very true. Let's look at their forward line, though, because
Yeah,
this is a little all over the place with some parts. Let's start off with the least exciting, Corey Durden. Unless you really love Corey
another
Durden.
Carlton and Port Adelaide small forward,
Exactly
following
right.
Razzle Dazzle Fantasia and Frank the Tank Evans.
Yeah. Frank the Tank Evans. I'm calling him that forever now. But Jack Lukosius is going to line up the centre-half forward point, even though we didn't get to see him last year. It was a shame that was the case. Injuries taking him out. Takes out potential enjoyment. Again, the story of Port Adelaide. Joe Richards is going to find himself on the half-forward flank as well.
Just continues to develop nicely, I think.
Exactly right. He's been an under-the-radar type of development too, so nice to see him in there. Jason Hall-Francis with the forward pocket. He'll get that midfield rotation most likely, as he's always been doing.
As he has.
But we all know that once he's in the forward and can get involved in that play, he's a nice little piece to break the game open. Ollie Lord is your full forward.
Hopefully can nail down a position. Hopefully.
Yeah, because my thinking was, why is Georgiades not full forward?
He doesn't have the size to be a full forward.
I guess so, but considering how he plays, how
is Logan Morris your key forward?
He's your centre half forward, is he not?
Exactly, but he's even smaller than Mitch.
Logan Morris. Okay, you're basing it mostly off size. That's fine.
Yes.
I guess the idea is, bringing Ollie Lord into the situation, hopefully finds himself something and adds some extra help and extra attention away from Georgiades.
It's a big body. It's a big body.
Exactly right. Yeah. So if he does find his way, I'm just, considering how good a season Georgiades had, I think there's going to be some people who believe that he should find himself more up the spine than off to the side, kind of trying to make the most out of the crumbs that come around. Because when given the opportunity, when given the opportunity, he made the most of it. Absolutely, I think reward the bloke. But let's have a look at the interchange, because some surprising, a lot of really decent names actually on the bench.
Big Asava.
Love Radaglia, despite him being very unreliable, much like Zerk Thatcher.
And, malaligned for a long time, actually,
as
a start, but had some good moments, and I think they need the extra size.
Yeah. Ollie Wines. Brownlow medalist Ollie Wines.
The most infamous Brownlow medal winner ever. Is that fair to say? I think there's an argument.
Yeah, there's definitely an argument.
I feel like there's a really big argument. It's going to be like a ball knowledge test in 5 years.
Yeah.
Who won the 2021 Brownlow medal?
Yeah. It's like Matt Prittis. Do you remember Matt
Literally.
Prittis?
Literally.
But Ollie Wines isn't as extreme as that. Matt Prittis didn't even make the AA team.
Yeah.
So that shows you that. But Ollie Wines, let's talk about his role on the team, because obviously he's kind of been pushed out as he's aged out. It would be very nice if he was still in his prime now, but I often find myself comparing him to Rory Laird. Not to the extreme of Laird where he's out of the team, but the heights that he was hitting to now in what feels like such a quick, almost blink of an eye period of time. Ollie Wines, though, will still definitely be an impactful part. We'll have Drew in there as well, Darcy Byrne-Jones, and my boy Sam Powell-Pepper.
Yeah.
Obviously, went down throughout the season with the injury, so I would like to see him get more time this year.
Correct. That's sort of why he's on the fifth bench spot, because of that injury. It's a short-term response. I actually don't know who else would be in there, to be honest. Brain does not function all the time.
Moraes. A lot of people like Christian Moraes.
Yep.
He's one that will get around, I reckon. Yeah. Looking throughout here, Will Brodie.
That's kind of jokes. They got Willem Drew and Ollie Wines, who are the exact same player as Will Brodie, and yet he was still so happy to come. Who was that bloke that they got from GWS?
Jacob Ware.
Yeah, he could certainly play. I could see him getting some minutes over Tyson Byrne-Jones maybe at times.
Dante Vizentini.
That's all. Thank you very much for watching.
No, but the other one I wanted to point out, Manny Liddy. I'm a little upset that Manny isn't in there. I liked how Liddy played last year. I think he really took the most of the opportunity. So if he doesn't get consistent time this year, I think there'll be a spot for him somewhere in the league. I definitely do. Manny showed a lot of good signs. But that is what we've got for Port Adelaide in 2026. Do you see them making a push this year for finals? Let me know in the comments below. But if you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you know. Everything is very much appreciated. And thank you for watching. Cheers.